I then went back to an old article in the New Yorker by John Lee Anderson, The Destroyer, Robert Mugabe and the Destruction of Zimbabwe. 900 years ago, at a site on a high plateau north of the Limpopo River called Great Zimbabwe, Shona kings built stone palaces where they lived in splendid isolation from their subjects, with absolute authority over their means to sustain life, cattle herds, land, and the gold that came out of the earth. In the 1960s, members of the liberation movement in what was then Rhodesia, among them Robert Mugabe, adopted Great Zimbabwe's name to refer to the notional state they were fighting for. Saying that this is written in 208, Mugabe can be said to be the owner of the riches that remain in the nation of Zimbabwe. Tsvangirai, of course, won a slender majority in the country's first round of voting in March, dropped out of the race and went into hiding. In the runoff vote on June 27th, Mugabe was unopposed and was quickly declared the winner. Then talking about the inflation rate, which reached 11 million%, the highest in the world, and then got as high as 235 million%. And then interviewed Leo Mugabe, who was a nephew of the president, who said, "We've taken the land, so what is the next move? The next move is the mines, the minerals. We know that we are very rich without the British or the Americans. Yes, they invested, but if we have to, we will go and take over the mines," which of course they did, and not very successfully. He was the liberation hero of an era, a poster child for African liberation. Peter Bugert, the Emergencies Director of Human Rights Watch. That's the tragedy of what's happened here. But this is a visit that was done some time ago. The price for a half-litre bottle of Johnny Walker was $1.9 trillion, 19 US dollars. City was plastered with campaign posters of Mugabe in a defiant pose, one fist raised, bearing the slogan, "The final battle for total control." Go back to Mario Vargas Llosa, don't mess around with power, my friend. Then talking about Grace Mugabe, Mugabe very educated. I think he had about 7 degrees, the cleverest man in the room, as Simon Allison said about him, but very similar in a strange way to Ian Smith. A lot of his unhappiness, he was married before to Sally. They had a boy of 3. The boy died of malaria, and Mugabe was not allowed by Ian Smith to go and bury his son. Land issue did not go away. Blair in the 90s refused to continue subsidizing Zimbabwe's land reform. Then you had the farm seizure policy that was disastrous for practically just about everybody. Another interesting article by Simon Allison, who really has written some very good stuff in the Mail and Guardian, saying that it started off as a revolutionary, the people's votes and the people's guns are always inseparable. That was 1976. Secret was that he was always the cleverest person in the room. Then he became the statesman. Cricket civilizes people and creates good gentlemen. I want everyone to play cricket in Zimbabwe. I want ours to be a nation of gentlemen. Then, of course, he went after the Ndebele. The Shona were the healthy seeds to be nurtured, while the Ndebele needed to be washed away. To do the washing, Mugabe deployed his North Korean-trained 5th Brigade. Over the course of 5 years, between 83 and 87, they purged dissidents. It was quite horrendous, and in Act 3, really, he was the dictator.